We'll stick with some simple round rule. Should be good fun, whatever it is we end up doing. And you know what? I really want to pull up a bad cheese comp. That is just exactly what I want to do. You read my mind. So, preferably Ouroboros event plus a round guard, and also not getting one specific area 2 boss. You know, as long as I fulfill those very, very simple conditions, I'm sure that everything will be perfectly fine. And I won't face any real obstacles. Well, to be fair, if I actually do find those pieces, then everything will be perfectly fine. It's just I fully do not expect to find those 2 pieces, so... Sorry, 2 pieces? 3 pieces. So my dream will never come true, unfortunately. It's just the way it's got to be. I was actually hoping I would hit the crit there. It was pretty close. Good stuff, and then you hit the refresh, perfect. 52. Oh, not bad at all. Not bad at all. And then load something like that, and then, yeah, perfect. And you even land Bramble just because. Well, let's let the bad cheese finish things off, shall we? Bad cheese actually just putting in work. 4 stores? 4 question marks, 4 stores, yes. Should be very good. Instant Bramble, okay. Sure. There's some maps where Bramble matters a lot. I wouldn't say this is one of them, but it is technically like... It's not bad. Bang, and then bad cheese to finish everything off, I guess. 89. An Eye of Turtle would be nice. So how much do I want to force the store? Because there are like... There's an elite or a store choice there, and oh, sorry, let's not troll. Yeah, let's go this way. And there's a good chance that I don't really need to force 2 stores in Area 1. I can just do 1 store in Area 1. If that's the case, then I want to do 1 store in Area 1. 1, 2, let's call that 3. You know what? I really want to build towards Bad Cheese. It has actually been ages since I played Bad Cheese. And would you look at that? Absolutely nothing here for me. So I will do the removal if we are trying to force Bad Cheese. I 10,000,000% want to try and get all of the removals in all the stores possible. I really can't tell which one from this I want. Something that was also worth noting, the Cauldron Bubble plus Grubby Gloves with the AoE pressure that I've got going on. Wait, let's double store. Huh, I probably should have scrolled down a tiny bit. In that case, I just buy nothing, right? Yeah, especially if I want to buy full removals, which is probably not going to be the case because I'm probably going to want to buy a reload passive, but I'm definitely fine to skip on those because yeah, okay. Also, that was just a misplay, just because I didn't realize it was double store later. I shouldn't have gone to the store immediately then. I just didn't realize. Simple as that. I wasn't paying enough attention. Wow, that was a cool shot, wasn't it? Well, let's I even managed to get 1 singular dodge there. That means I only took 1 hit from a plant on this map. Whenever you can get the bombs, whenever you fail to get the bombs and only have to take 1 hit on this map, that's just like amazing. Especially on Crucible 20, this can be a very, very painful map if you're forced to take hits. Which I feel like it happens to me more than it doesn't. Alright, plants. Okay. Distraction reaction should probably net us 1 dodge. It's pretty good. 1 solid hit followed by another solid hit, which perfect, it's just a solid hit. I was going to say which might go badly, but no, it was perfectly fine. Honestly, I may just do this. I made the right call. A bit tough to get the crit and get a real shot, so I'll just do neither, I guess. Again, you just don't want to achieve anything, do you? It's unfortunate. Alright, let's just claim this crit just like that. 74 damage should be only too easy then. Perfect. I didn't get the 1 dodge I said I would, but actually the fight's not over yet. Plants can still take away more health from me. Honestly, very feasible. I mean, it's 1 shot after this, right? Which is looking all the more... They actually, wow. Damn. I had a lot of chances for a dodge, but no dice, I guess. 142 powder collected dungeon die. I think I might take dungeon die. It's pretty nice here. I like dungeon die a lot, and it's a good excuse not to take what was a very good passive there. Powder collector is just great, but it's also a bomb passive, and I'm fine to shy away from taking a bomb passive. At 147, I do have the 45. That sucks so much. I wasted gold to get to that. Oh well. 6-6. That's pretty good stats, you know. Kind of a shame we hit the bomb though. Pretty damn good stats. Oh, I see. I also have something which is pretty nice in this fight, I guess. It really should be a 2x multiplier. The number of fights where it applies is just so minimal. But I very much have a grabby hand for this fight, which is pretty cool. It's actually, that was a miss, wow. It's actually just a lot of extra damage here. I'm going to try this, getting a bit too fancy. I probably shouldn't try it, but I wasn't punished, so... Missed the bomb yet again. What was that? I mean, it works, so I'm not complaining. Some kind of pierce going on there. 0-6, so you really desperately want to hit that crit. Well, it's a good thing I can do rebound shots like that, isn't it? There we go. There's also the Eye of Turtle that I asked for previously. That would be amazing, but I think I'm fine to turn it down because, like, my build is... Okay, my build is working too well. I am 10 million% just about to get a Demon Ball. Remove an orb so that I can be on a one-shot cycle instead of being on a one-shot cycle. I think I will remove an orb just because it only takes one more store then. I'm getting close though. I'm getting very close. Hopefully... Oh, hopefully this is enough to win this fight, actually. 3-7, 2-7. Not exactly the greatest stats ever, I'm going to be honest. I don't really have anything that favors me into this fight, apart from the part where my reloads are, like, good, but... Not particularly favored, that's for sure. I'll do a classic drop shot, 100 damage. We'll get a crit. I did get a crit. Perfect. I think I should have more than enough health to just deal with this guy. It is definitely actually mildly scary though, which is... Oh, yuck. God, I guess I'll shoot this. And at this stage I can honestly probably start relying on my... whatever. Bad cheese damage a bit as well, because it's actually dealing some decent... Oh, you missed? Some decent damage now, like look at this. 3-7. Well, surely you hit a crit. Yes. I mean, good stuff. This works. I didn't actually check how much damage that had. Cool, there we go. I'm getting closer and closer. There's no way I get Demon Wall here, right? Leave the rest for later. Status symbol. I'll just take... Status symbol was so fun. I'll just take status symbol, I think. No, I'll take leave just because there's some fun high roll opportunities. You gotta be... Alright. Well, that just happened. Mildly unfortunate. I'm still going to prioritize stores, and I'm still probably going to get myself to a one-shot cycle, which would actually probably kill me. Maybe I won't get to a one-shot cycle. Let's try and find a win condition that can beat this guy sufficiently well, and then we'll try and... Well, then I'll assemble my cheese build afterwards. But yeah, no, that sucks a lot. Of course. I knew things were looking far too good. Like, I got 3 stores in Area 1, which allows me to set up supremely well. Then I managed to find the round guard. I already had the bad cheese that I needed. Like, things really were just too good to be true. Let's let bad cheese polish you off. I missed the shot, but it's fine. I mean, yeah, we can just cheese most enemies. Like, I could very much just take 2 elites just from cheesing them. The issue is we cannot take the boss just by cheesing. That's just not how it works. Well, there we go. Ta-da! I can cheese now. Amazing. It's just so unfortunate as well because my absolute favourite thing to do for cheese is just remove all the orbs from my deck. Refresher course. What kind of strategies? Speaking of which, I should just be cheesing here. I do like what refresher course for the boss. What kind of other things are we looking for? Do we think? That was pretty fast. Not bad. Honestly, ballad sounds pretty decent, but let's just see what the stores have to offer first before I know whether or not I need to make any rash decisions. Short fuse, special button. None of them really boost my damage that much, do they? If only, right? If only. Hmm. Spin S. I think I'll probably remove next door. I'll probably remove and buy one passive. Yeah, I think that's what I'm. Actually, I want to buy two. I really don't need this. That's just happening no matter what, just because I did try and set up for this kind of thing just in case I could not cheese, and I was not allowed to cheese here. Collateral damage. I think that might be the play. I need to spam refreshers. I have all the refreshers on the board. I think it might be the play, but I still dislike it. Whatever. It sucks. I've now lost my ability to cheese, but at least I'm alive, I think. I just need to be able to get through Demon Wall, and then I can revert to cheese. And boy, will I look forward to doing so, because it has actually been, I don't know how long. I don't know when my last time I cheesed was. It's actually shockingly hard to pull off. Distraction reaction is going to be filling up here. Gonna need some upgrades as well, because I think I'm gonna really need that flat damage boost to deal with Demon Wall. Refresher course is nice and all, but without the extra mass procking, actually maybe I shouldn't have even bought it. Should have gone remove Collatorball. I think that might have been the better bet, just because then I can still cheese for every single fight. Because I'm not going to get another remove in area 2, unfortunately. And then I've still got the strategy to deal with the boss with the single Collatorball damage in my deck, which can easily be removed. But yeah, there's no more events or stores in area 2, so no more opportunities. Well, there are, but it's not worth me taking them. 74. I am draining my health a bit, which might not be the most ideal. Again, that's why I wanted the remove, just so I could choose. But pretty sure I'm going to enter the boss fight with enough health. Especially if I get a fight like Resistance Knight. It's just a pretty solid fight for us, eh? We get a Cyclone. And then he's just dead. Because we just deal that much damage. Yeah, not bad indeed. Definitely just gonna shoot this because it's got more than enough bonus damage because it counts the other map. Good. I actually wasn't sure of that interaction in case you couldn't tell, but it's good to know that it works. Effective criticism, oh my god. Again, if these debuff passives actually could apply a debuff to the boss, I'd take them in an instant, but unfortunately they don't have forced application, so they can still attempt to apply Blind and Bramble, which is just not exactly what I'm looking for here, is it? Criticism for the exploitable, though, may just be enough that I'm taking it, especially since why would I care about choke mod, right? It would just be nice if it had forced application. Yeah, mostly I'm talking about round Eloquence using it, and then some passives try and use. Oh, okay, that helps. That helps a lot. And then some passives use the round Eloquence odds to try and again apply debuffs. I'm totally fine with this. I was a bit worried that I might actually pop my rigged bombs this time because last map I did a very good job of not doing that. But even if I do, I have Cookie now, so shouldn't be scared. We don't gain any stats per reload, but that dungeon dice certainly is doing some fun things to our stats, isn't it? Let's finish this off. Or maybe not. Let's shoot away where we're losing minimal health, which is here. I mean, considering the fact that I gained health, yeah. I'd say that was 16,000 damage, not bad indeed. All chicken cookbook. Well, I'll just take cookbook because it has a positive impact on the boss fight. Yeah. I plan on cheesing afterwards because um, I've wanted to set up for that since the start of the run. And neither of the passives are going to matter when I cheese because I actually did find Round Guard. There are some other fun forms of cheese that you can set up without Round Guard, trying to eke out some extra damage with like a Ring of Indignation sometimes, and making it so that you actually have a bit of a challenge, and it's not just a guaranteed win. But I'm not going for that this time. I'm just going for a good bit of. It's just full cheese, really. Cheese by every definition of the word, at least in a gaming sense. Actually makes me hungry. All right, that's. Oh my god, it's very easy to forget just how long this map is. Like, there are just more ways than you would expect. I'd say by 1.5, I think. It's 1.5 more than I would normally expect. Alright, good stuff. Pretty sure that's more than enough rig bombs to just clean everyone up. Alright, I think the collatorball flat damage should just come in handy here. I'm not fully certain though. I pick up the collatorball without knowing exactly how well it does into Demon Wall as a last second Demon Wall win condition. But I'm pretty sure it should be pretty damn good. I'll start off with a shot like this, I believe. One which hopefully leaves that active there, but I guess not. But I'm perfectly fine to pop them as well, I guess. 200 damage versus 90 damage per shot, which, I mean, 90 damage per shot is almost certainly better, but I'm sure that there are scenarios where I would just want to take the 200 damage. Looks like his health is getting depleted rather fast, eh? I mean, yeah, that was always a thing, right? Sapsack versus this boss. It was always enough to where you're just like, yeah, okay, I've got Sapsack versus this boss, I just need to do solid enough damage on my shots, not really required, and popped most of the rigged bombs on the map, and then he'll just die. There was the slight downside of, I think you needed your health above like 50 or something. But yeah, now we're past that, so we can just take safer pegulations just to completely make collateral damage useless. Okay, actually it's not even useless. The flat damage on it is actually pretty real, so even though it's not dealing damage to enemies, can't wait to cheese. It's still actually able to get a lot of damage. And honestly, okay, no, I take back what I said. Collateral damage plus safety pegulations is actually just a pretty good combo. It's actually just a really solid combo. Because the PS is actually just great for the collateral damage, flat damage, and then the fact that you're not taking health loss from the rigged. We haven't got double stall, which is unfortunate, but whatever. Like, it's actually just a really solid combo. Usually when you pick up collateral damage, you're fully expecting to take the health loss, but safety regulations actually gives you a really unique scenario where you're perfectly fine to trade it. Let's just try and get rigged bombs on the board and use the... This is so weird. I'm like using collateral damage, but for the flat damage instead of... I'm basically completely disregarding the AoE damage it has. Although, to be clear, the AoE damage is actually still very solid. I say very solid. Like, decreasing it by 75%, it's still dealing 50 damage, right? Like, 50 damage is pretty solid for taking 1 health for her. I don't care about the chest, I really don't. I don't know why I was aiming for that long. It doesn't really matter. Like, the only thing I really care about, oh, that's cool, is ambidextrity. And I do want a full remove. That is a very good point. I would like to remove every single orb from my deck. So I don't have to press the backspace. That would be just the perfect scenario. So in that case, there's 3 question marks. I really do want to prioritize question marks, that's for sure. I'm so used to like trying to aim for rig bombs and popping them, but I do love that, with collateral damage you have the option of just like not doing the normal rig bombs game plan. Well, I guess not always. You don't always want to actually aim towards the rig bombs, but usually that's because you don't want the health loss rather than you're trying to boost your flat damage that you're getting off of a specific orb in your deck. Man, reduce, refuse, recycle would go so hard here. Alright, I do want to remove, more than a remove though, I do want to get successful navigation though, so let's try and line that up, shall we? A little something like that should just give me a removal. Damn. Decoy orb, sprouting investment. Honestly, you know what? Let's just do this. Okay, I'm fine with that. Yes, I'm fine with that. I'm just going to do this. I purely just want the removal. Didn't get it, unfortunate. And because I'm cheating it, there's just not a single rare relic I care about. Like what, you want me to pick up a... Shrewd Scales. I believe that's a passive I can get on this class. I'm not actually fully sure on that. Yeah, it's not bad, but I don't really want it. Oh my god, Decoy Orb. Oh, it's actually really annoying. Well, it's not really annoying, but it's just like mildly unfortunate that Decoy Orb's just negative here. Because there are some enemies that Decoy Orb kind of, oh, especially in this scenario, it ruins the tempo that I have. Where usually on my off turn, they wouldn't be taking, sorry, on my off turn, I would be reloading, which means they're not going to do damage. I've got Shock Absorber, wow. It's like actually just solid. Like, I could have a really solid deck here if I didn't try and cheese. I mean, that's probably the case a lot of the times when you try and cheese, right? Straight up, I'm going to try and force removal. I really want all the orbs going from my deck. Beckoning, it's a cool passive. Impressive. I really, really, really would love just one removal, please. Well, I say one removal. One more removal. I did get the round guard I asked for, though. Round guard and ambidextry. Not like I particularly need it. So, yeah, the backspace game plan is now very, very real. We can just do this, and some fights it's going to be more effective than others. This one, it may take a bit of time, but we do get to watch his number go. I'm just remembering that Cruci 20 run a while back, where I had a run which was going perfectly well. I believe it was on Spinventer, and then I got to this fight and I just got completely shredded. Because I think it was I like a double damage build, and I just had amazing, amazing damage. I think I was relying on a level 3, 2 level 3 Echorbs. And then I just realized I didn't have the pinging power to deal with this, and I also didn't have the health to deal with it because, I mean, you know how Area 3 is. Sometimes it'll just be like that. Alright, please. Oh, okay. Well, I don't know why I shot the first shot. I'm too used to playing normal Peglin. We're not playing normal Peglin here. Okay, maybe I'm playing normal Peglin here. That was pretty fast. And as it turns out, I do want to cheese, but also, if he's got 3750 health to get through, I'm fine to just shoot my shots that deal that much damage, because that much damage is a lot of damage. It's just a very solid amount. Like, I can just... Wow. That is actually pretty satisfying, I'm going to be honest. I think there was also a pretty solid Spinfection build in here somewhere. Didn't I get your Bombs Supply Spinfection 1 at some point? And like Alchemist Cookbook? Or am I going crazy? No, I do have I'm not going fully crazy. Yeah, so the good news is we got the boss, which is the easiest to cheese. I say the easiest to cheese. Squares is not easier to cheese, purely because their animations are slightly longer. And then with Coin Dragon, I think it's pretty obvious why he's not very easy to cheese. Something about the massive, daunting health pool is just very hard to get through. Or, more importantly, it takes a lot of time to get through. Yeah, the collateral damage to deal with a Demon War, though, that was an interesting game plan. I thought it would work. I mean, you see the theory for Sabasac, and, like, it's very much there, right? Like, not a surprise that it works, but, it's not something I ever tested, so, I hadn't had to think about it. One more, and then we're suddenly getting a lot more damage per turn on him because we've got the debt for an extra 200, which is a pretty big deal. That's basically double damage, right? Like, you're donezo. Perfect. Oh, and one of the great things about cheesing that fight, which I just realized, amazing, amazing deck here, of course, amazing deck. Very unfortunate I couldn't get an extra remove. I really did try, but oh well. How many 7 events? It was in the realm of 7 events. I think it was 6 or 7. One of the things that was actually really good about that end fight there is getting XP for the mini flying sapper minions. It's actually really hard to do that, and they are the enemy in the game that I need the most XP for. They're just not that easy to collect for. Yeah, the start of the run looks a bit random, doesn't it? You've got the first 5 passes where you're just like, yeah, what are we trying to do here? Like, it's not that any of these are like particularly bad. It's that, especially with the orbs in my deck, they're just lacking substance, shall we say? And then once we picked up the round guard, you start to see the semblances of synergy. And of course, if you're considering what my deck looked like at that point, it was very, very thin. So it actually lined up really, really well. And then I entered Area 2 and I immediately found a Demon Wall. I do think the Refresh Course game plan was a cool idea. It was a good idea. I was trying to think of what outs. I think the Spiness scaling out would have been good enough. I think Ballad level 3, if it was the only orb in my deck. With Special Button, I think it would have been enough. Without Special Button, that's a bit harder to say. Only having one crit on the board while you're trying to scale all that Spiness is a bit tough. I do think Refresh Course could have gone there, especially if I added like a Ball Lightning or a Rubble to my deck. Otherwise, it had shockingly less impact than I would have thought. I have like this mental where I'm just like, wow, leave the rest for later plus any refresh combo is just like insane. But on some of these classes like round where sometimes it can be a lot harder getting that second orb onto the board or getting the multi-proc, right? I mean, like we didn't have any this run. And although the multi-proc boss passives are generally very, very good, sometimes you just won't have access to them. Yeah. And then once we realized that we wanted to cheese, and then wanted to set up the strategy. Oh, it's so annoying. I really shouldn't have bought the refresher course. I just didn't realize that it would be that negative. I really wanted to get only one orb in my deck, but Area 3 didn't give it to me, and I was just thinking a little bit too slow to be able to set it up in Area 2. Yeah, but the safety regulation, okay, safety regulations plus collateral damage, it's actually like really, really solid. Like, if I pick up safety regulations in my first boss passive more, which is very understandable, I actually think I'll pick up collateral damage an awful lot. Although, to be clear, you definitely don't want level 1 collateral damage, you definitely want level 2 or level 3. Because the difference between 30, 60, and 90 is pretty massive every level. But that was actually a really good combo. I was really impressed with that. And especially if you can find that shock absorber like we did at the end there. It seems very, very good. Like +2/+2 for a rigged bomb, and the rigged bombs are dealing, I believe, 0 damage. It's either 0 or 1, you know? A very, very small amount.